Hello and welcome back to EQ SYMPHOLIGHT. In our last sessions we saw how to build content in SYMPHOLIGHT using effects, videos and images, and in this way to create media-oriented content. But what about our CoveLight layout? Of course we could use, for example, our previous user-defined effect like the multicolor chase to be used with our CoveLight line, but this is rather limited. Usually we want to control CoveLights that way that we control every single fixture, every single channel of the fixtures, and to control the behavior and the display of the whole show. And this is also necessary if you work with other external DMX devices, for example with DMX relays. And for this, SYMPHOLIGHT offers the concept of scenes. And a scene is static content, which means that a single set of commands is sent via DMX to the fixtures, and this way you can control every single fixture and every single DMX channel in your layout to control the show. Let us create some scenes for our CoveLight layout and then what we can do with it, how we can use it as content. First we delete our effect to have a clean layer, and we now go to the scene. Here we have our CoveLight layout. I select all color faders and create new scene. Now I have a new scene. This is selected, and I now go to the scene editor. And in the scene editor we have our CoveLights, and I can select a single CoveLight or I can select all CoveLights in this layout, and here are our CoveLights. To create a scene, I will define which red, green, blue commands will be sent to the fixtures, and I can select also the opacity. I can do this via numeric values or via a color picker. Let's use the color picker, so I select the first CoveLight and make it red, the second and make it green, the third gets blue, the fourth gets yellow, and the last one gets violet. This is now a scene. So these are the DMX values that are sent to the fixture when the scene is used as content. Let's create a second scene. Here now is our second scene. I select it, and again in the scene editor, this time I reverse the sequence of colors. This is our second scene, and we still can see this is scene number 1, this is scene number 2. So we now have created two scenes, and these scenes can be used as content like any other object in SYMPHOLIGHT, like an effect or like a video or like an image. With our new scenes we go back to the timeline. And here we see that we have our scenes now the same way as content like the media library, the effect library or the scenes. Here now are my CoveLights with a single layout. I will delete this queue, and I can now place the scenes as content as usual. And I take the second scene, and if I now play, you see this is our first scene, And here's our second scene. What is missing, again, is fading. I will make it a little bit shorter, so we don't spend too much time. And I select the sequence properties and make the sequence loop. And now I will add a cue and a second cue by double-clicking in the cue track. Still, I need to set the fading mode, and I will use crossfade in all cases. And if I now play the sequence, I have my scenes with fading. So with scenes in SYMPHOLIGHT we can control every single DMX channel of every single DMX fixture or DMX device using scenes, using numeric or color values for the single channels. And then you can use scenes as content from the media library, from the effects library, or from the scenes selection.